Let's see how. Okay. So I'll ask the question again. Tell me a little bit about where you started and how you got here kind of after school.
I started working for WIC after I graduated from Fresno State, and I did not really like community nutrition, so I started looking for what other options I could do with a degree in dietetics. And I had my first school food service job living in Fresno, and I have been in that field ever since, 15 years.
Cool.
I started in a life care facility as a diet technician, doing special diets and monitoring the tray line in a life care facility, and moved into management in senior living. Did that for 6 years, and then I moved into corporate services and ran a large cafeteria for a software company, and started school food service 15 years ago and have been in it ever since.
Great. In your respective fields, is there upward mobility? Is there opportunities to move forward, or just kind of just one level?
I think there's a lot of opportunity to change size of school districts, which becomes different, you have different challenges depending on how big your school district is and what your free and reduced percentages are and what programs you have. So I've worked in anything that, a school district that only had 4,000 kids, and now we have, 25 schools and 18,000 kids here at Cupertino.
Okay.
Entry level too, there's opportunities as supervisors and to move into a director position.
Okay, perfect. And then as far as compensation, what is typically the compensation for jobs like yours?
I think it depends on the area. Here in the Bay Area, this job is pretty well paid. Anywhere, over $100,000 is probably what you'll make in the Bay Area. Obviously, in the Central Valley, you probably make something a little bit less than that. The cost of living is a little bit more affordable.
Okay. What is the stress level of your jobs, and what are some specific stressors that you typically deal with on a day-to-day basis?
This is a fast-paced job. Your 8 hours or 10 hours or 12 hours goes by pretty fast. You have a lot of employees in a food service system, and that can be a stressor. You have a lot of time constraints that you have to be within, making sure your lunch gets out every day, and that can be a lot of stress also.
Budget is a big stressor. We have very low reimbursements. Employees, I have 75 employees managing sick calls, and people need help, and student complaints, parent complaints. Every day is different.
Okay. And what do you like about the job? What are some positive things you can say about your careers?
I get to feed kids. And depending on what school district you are in, you're going to reach, a variety of, or a certain number of kids that are low income. And providing food for kids in general is rewarding, but also making sure that the neediest kids are having access to food every day.
Right.
Definitely that, and also the variety of the job. Every day is different, where you never know what your day, you can schedule your whole day and the whole schedule changes in a minute. And being able to go out to the school sites and see the kids and talk to them about what they like and what they don't like, and doing special events where they get to try new foods and new fruits and vegetables, and just bringing something different.
Perfect. What advice do you have for other food management students who are actually in school right now?
Try school food service. I know when I went through school, it was something that, oh, by the way, you could also work in school food service.
Yeah.
It wasn't something they really talked about. And this is a big avenue of potential for graduating students to come into this profession. It's very rewarding. And like Karen says, your day goes by fast and you can learn a lot. So don't be afraid to try school food service.
Yeah, it's changed a lot since we were kids. We're serving farm fresh produce, scratch cooking. We just bought a food truck. You never know what your school food service can look like, and it's an area where you can be super creative and just let your dreams guide you.
Perfect. What does a typical day look like for you guys?
Usually early morning. I start early. I know Karen starts
Yeah.
early. You're usually at work early because your staff is here early.
And early means before 6 o'clock.
Yeah. And usually right off the bat, we're seeing who's called in sick, if we're needing to fill positions, making sure food and delivery of supplies is moving around the way that it should be in order to service what needs to happen for the day. You're usually taking phone calls from sites that might need assistance. I was just helping a parent that needed to fill out a free and reduced lunch application. Yeah, it goes by pretty quick.
Meeting with vendors, it could be meeting with parent groups, principal groups. Sometimes we meet with student councils to get their likes and dislikes.
What characteristics do you think someone in this position would need to succeed?
They need to be organized. Then they need to like a fast-paced environment. I think they need to be a person that likes to be challenged and that always wants to grow.
Multitasker. You need to be able to do 10 things at once and not forget what you've done or what you need to do. And just enjoy chaos. Enjoy organizing the chaos.
Perfect. And what does your schedule look like Monday through Sunday? Is it a Monday through Friday job? What are typically the hours?
That's the benefit of working in school food service. You usually work an early day, then you're done, by 2:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30 if possible. And then, it's nice because you have the same kind of breaks that the kids do. So it's, you have these breaks during the year where it's a little bit slower and you can either be off or work on projects, but it's a pretty good schedule.
Yeah. No weekends. No holidays.
Perfect.
And you know your schedule ahead of time.
Yeah.
You can actually plan vacations and plan special events.
Perfect. And I'm assuming you get off the months that they have during winter break and summer break as well, right?
So we work the full year.
You
We're
do work the
what's
full
called
year.
a 12-month employee, but if it's a holiday, we are off on those holidays, and there's quite a few holidays for our students. And then it's just a more flexible time, so when they're on winter break or spring break, you could be on vacation also, or it would be a downtime that you could be working on projects, and you wouldn't have a lot of the chaos happening at that time.
Perfect. And then who are people that you typically work with in your day-to-day operations?
Each other. We have a nice network of food service directors because we are a very collaborative group of food service people, and we don't steal each other's customers from each other. So we really try to support each other and, share things. If we've made some form or procedure, share it with your neighboring district. And I think we work well together. And I know I work a lot just with my employees here, interacting with vendors and interacting with other district departments because you're all kind of connected about making sure the lunches get served.
Principals, nurses, we work with the nurses a lot to guide them on dosing kids for insulin, giving them carb counts, teachers, parents, kids, pretty much anybody in the district.
Perfect. And that's it.
That was easy.
That was easy.
All right.